Okay, here we are again, picked World of Generator Pain and Suffering, and we're going to change the pull start cord on this ex350. Same procedure if you've got an ex500. First thing to do, we'll take these 4 screws out of the front and remove the inverter plate. So that's that. Okay, inverter pack comes away like that. I'll show you there. So what we need to do is just unplug these 3 bullet connectors. Then there's the inverter connector here. You'll see there's a little tag you need to press in, and there's a bit of a struggle, possibly quite a lot of a struggle. Little unplug, put that to one side. Okay, next thing, just go around the back, remove the spark plug cover, remove the air filter cover. And you'll see 2 screws there, we're going to take those out. Okay, now underneath there's normally 2 clips, they're missing on this one, but the clips just unclip and that whole gizmo comes off. Okie dokie. Where are we next? Oh yeah, we want to take this, going to make it, you don't strictly have to do this, but it'll make it so much easier if we take the exhaust off. Just get it out of our way, life will be simpler, and it's ever so easy to get off. So we just undo those 2 there. Those 2 nuts, and then the other side there's a little bracket that supports it there, and undo that. Put those to one side, and then we can take the whole exhaust silencer off, and then we'll see this plastic cover here. Okay, well what I'm going to do is unplug the spark plug, as it were, just unclip it like that, and there's a nut that holds this, there's a nut we want to undo, and there's 2 nuts here down the bottom we want to undo as well. They're all, I think, got 8mm size heads. Okay, take that one, take that. They got little washers that goes with these ones, so don't lose those if you can help it. Okay, and hopefully that will consent to come off. There we go. Just a bit fiddly, I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, it's got to come around a few bits and bobs. In fact, it's to me like it wants us to take the exhaust gasket off first in order for that to come off easily. So just remove the exhaust gasket off there, off its pegs. There we go. Okay. So now that comes off like that. There we go. We've undone that. Now this little bit there is just pegs the 2 halves together and acts as a foot at the back. We take that off, and then you should find that the side cases, the only thing holding them together then is this thing at the front. It's got 2 pegs on it to go into the cases. So basically just pull that off, take the cases off. Okay, we'll take that case off, that's it. Okay, and that's all out of the way. And then we just want to get the tank out of the way. If we just press that little pipe there off the manifold, then we can take that, that's it, just put that down there out of the way. Turn your, if you've got petrol in your tank, turn the breather to the off position. You can just lay it down there. You don't even need to disconnect it, it's not in anybody's way. This leaves you with there's the recoil mechanism on top. We're just going to undo those 3 screws there, and we'll be able to take that off. Okay, and that just wiggles off. That's it. You take the whole thing off like that. Now, if you're changing the pull start cord, presumably it's because the old one's broken, whereas I'm just changing this one because it's frayed. But that means you're going to have to take the pull start mechanism apart to take the cord. But first thing you do, whatever, you want to make sure that there's no tension left in that recoil cord. And the way I'm going to do that is just let it unwind. So I've just got to get the cutters. I'll cut that there, get the handle off of it. Right, just let that go inside so that I know when I take this cover off, it just comes off like that. Okay, it's just, put that down there. It's all loose, there's no tension on that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this old cord off, unwind that off there, poke it through. Now there's the old cord out of the way. Right, now there's an 10mm screw on the back there. Now if you're real lucky, you do this and you'll find that you can turn the pulley like that and everything springs back like that. If that doesn't happen, it means that the spring has come detached inside. So if that's the case, then you just need to undo this nut here. I'll do it anyway, here we go, just to show you. Oop. You undo that nut. Can you zoom in a bit on that, dude? It's on the top. On the top, that's it. There we go, that'll do. Right, so, okay, so you've got this is how it came. We've got the, we've got the spring and the thingy bobber there. Somewhere the nut, I don't know where, there it is. That's it. So then we've got another washer there. Then all of this, well, you can actually, from that point on, you can just pull it out from this side. Okay, and you see, there's the end of the spring, just manipulating it, trying to get it, so you can see it's got a little hook at the end of the spring. And that hook needs to engage on, not so easily visible, but there's a little bit just there that sticks out, that the hook just engages on there. So you've got to kind of make sure that that does engage, and while you're there, might as well just drop a grease in there, just for good measure, just to make sure everything's lovely. So I always just splurge a bit about. Okay, so now we're going to put that back together. You've got to line it up and make sure that spring engages. Sometimes you have to fiddle the spring about a bit just to get it to do what you want. One way or another. Not so it's easy, this bit, but it has to be done. Right, okay, now I'm turning that way, turning the pulley clockwise, and I can feel the springs engaged because it's springing back at me. So then just put the back on. I'll put a little bit of grease on the back there just for good measure. Okay, and you see you've got, let's see, got this part which engages, the little bit sticking out the side there, engages in that little slot. So it's like, let's get it right, there, there. So it engages in that slot. Then you've got your washer, the spring, another little washer that caps off the spring, and the little nut. That all goes like that. There you go, and we'll just do that nut up. Okay, and we're happy with that because when we turn that clockwise, it's always remember to turn it clockwise or you wind it off the spring. So turn it clockwise, it's got, and the spring's returning it so it's engaged properly. Okay, now we're going to put the rope on. Now, this is why I'm wearing